the secret to practice. So if you're someone who feels you can't meditate, you will when you practice it every day. And it's the same with really all the practical elements of spirituality or personal development or anything. The secret is in the doing what you know. Because really all the books say the same thing. I don't know if you've read many, or many thousand, or however, but it all seems to come back to meditation, silencing the mind. It comes back to appreciation, and then maybe prayer or surrender. And obviously it's easier to buy books and read about it than do it. I mean, it amazes me how much people can, maybe you, I don't know who's written books here, has written about meditation. You know, pages and pages and pages, when it is just sit down, be quiet, focus. But as we all know, there's a real resistance of the mind to do the practices that work. It's kind of like the going to the gym. It's easier to think about it all year than just do it. But it's the going to the gym rather than reading about it's great. But people often say, oh, I've seen those Law of Attraction YouTube videos and they're really amazing. But after a few hundred times, it's doing the gym induction a few hundred times more. And it's kind of, now what? So this group is about the doing the thing to not shift, this is what I want to say, not become a positive thinker, but to think less, to disengage from the overthinking mind. Because when you disengage from the overthinking mind, you fall into the real self mind. Some people call it the heart mind, the solar plexus mind, or the heart mind. It's about dropping into our real self. It's not about thinking, it's about stopping thinking. There's nothing wrong with thinking, because thinking does create our own reality, the good and the bad thoughts. And what I always love saying in this group is there's nothing wrong with negative thinking. Because, you know, when you read these books that tell you there is something wrong with negative thinking, it gets people very afraid. And like I said with the meditation, it's that whole don't want to think negative thoughts, and they come on even more. All thoughts are good, and all thoughts create a good reality. Just as evolution requires challenges to evolve for the best, the negative thoughts evolve us to our best. But the practices we're going to do in here, starting with meditation, which we've done, are how to drop in and receive what we've created. Because in truth, there's nothing to create. It's all created now on a different channel. How do we change channels? How do we drop from the mental channel, which is the dam, to everything we want? The quickest way to get everything you want is to make peace with where you are. And that says it all. It doesn't say you've got to manically visualize, you've got to say affirmations 1,001 times a second. Be okay with where you are. Stop the battle. When you stop the battle, you fall in and receive. The obstacle to creating our reality is not we need to be more positive. It's how do I stop the battle? The neediness, the I haven't got it and I need to make it happen. And I see time and time again in people who go into the I'm going to create my own reality, those things they really, really want just don't happen. And the more books they buy, the more needy they get. And need is the opposite of attraction. Things manifest when you couldn't care less. You tend to get the most money coming in when you're already rich. I mean, it's annoying but true. You get it when you've got it. You get it when you don't need it. Have you ever had that thing where you've lost your keys and you really need them and you're searching and you're like throwing things everywhere? Maybe not, but I do that, you know, throwing things. And then suddenly you find a spare set or something distracts you and your keys are there. And you're sure that you searched there before. They happen when you don't need it. When you find a way to be okay, fully whole, complete and fulfilled now, that's when the door opens and everything you want comes in. But let's be real that we have many times a week, or even many times a day, or even many times an hour of wanting things and battling with things and being annoyed with people and all these things. And all those thoughts are good because they're evolving this channel of everything we want. Every time we argue with someone, we create a better relationship. Every time we feel depressed, we create more joy on the real us channel. But the way to then receive what our negativity, quote, has created is to find a way to be. And it's not, as much as people can put on Facebook, just be, and it scrolls up all those things, just, what do they say, go with the flow. And all these annoying bumper stickers that are useless. People nod and like them, but they're absolutely useless, especially if you're in a bad mood and someone says just believe in yourself or just be happy or all these things. It's how to do exactly what they say because they're accurate, but to do that requires practice sometimes, and that's what we're going to do in this group. And we're going to start off going around this way and say our name, our intention for being here, so what brought us here, and successes we've been having.